Hi everyone, Angie Smith here. Thank you for watching. Welcome back. I am a Scentsy fragrance consultant, and I was requested by Mary on how I was going to do my samples for this fall catalog release. And so I just thought I would share with you kind of what I'm putting together. I don't have it all together yet, but I'm going to show you some of the pieces, and maybe this will help you with getting your samples out to your customers. Again, this is more, I normally do like wax reviews, and I don't focus a lot on the consultant side, but I'm happy to share because one of the reasons I enjoy being a consultant is making the samples in the Happy Mail. It's just fun to me, and it's a hobby, and it's something that I can do on the weekends while I'm watching TV and just make up some samples. And I know my Scentsy friends all enjoy it when they get this fun mail. So this might be jumping around a bit, but I have a pile of stuff to share with you. And I'll just start with this first. So if you go to the Scentsy workstation and consultant site, they have some tools that's available. This year they've gone a little more with a software, I'm going to call it software, called Canva. I dabble in that. I'm going to be honest with you, I have a laptop that's for work, and I can do a little things on it, but I try not to do too much. I try to keep it more work related. But I primarily use my iPad or my phone to do my Scentsy business. So I don't know that, I wouldn't say that I'm limited. I've just found alternative ways to do things using just my phone, and that works for me. I do have a Canon, and I don't know the number right now, but printer. I got it for like 30 bucks, probably 5 years ago during COVID. And the ink is like $16 for the black, $16 for the color. It does not last very long. So I do some printings, especially like labels and things like that. But a lot of times what I'll do is, and I'll just say this, I utilize other printing methods. So for example, I'll download a page from the workstation or somewhere, and I'll print it, and then if I need multiple copies, I'll go to the local post office, because you can make black and white prints for like 10 cents each. It's so much cheaper than me buying a whole new cartridge. I make use of photos, and I'll show you that here as well. But let's talk about this. So this you can download on the consultant site. I did have to go through Canva because they didn't offer the PDF this time. PDFs I can usually just, download that and then send it to my printer. Where the Canva, I had to manipulate. I had to like save it as a PDF. I had to actually do it on my work laptop, save it, then email it to myself so then I could print it. So, but this is the perfect size for the scent stickers, the scratch and sniff scent stickers that you can order. And then it does have the name of the 10 new scents and then their scent description. So I absolutely love this. And it comes with 2 on a page, so you just cut it in half. And I'll show you the end result. My sister actually put the stickers on for me this week, so I absolutely appreciate that she did that for me. Here's the end result. So I'll show you one here. So this has all of the scratch and sniff stickers of the 10 new scents. And it's a great way to get these in front of your customers because they can rub and smell it. It just gives them an idea if they would like how that smells. I know it doesn't show how it performs, but at least they would know if they would like how it smells. So I will be sending these out, and it's a great way to keep your mail more flat and use just one stamp, because if you get it too thick, you're going to have to spend more money. So I am sending these with the 10 new releases. I also made felt samples for it. Felt samples are nice because you can send them more flat and you don't have to, it doesn't take as much postage. And right now while it's hot, they won't melt in the mail. I'm trying to move some stuff around. Sometimes I do, and I just want to share with you, sometimes I do make, like, this has like wax residue, that's what all of that is. But I do make like these, I melt them and then make them into little molds. So I do send samples out like that. But with having to send so many samples, it's not like efficient in the mail for that. And you can buy those from the Scentsy Consultant store, or like you can get the Wilton, or they got generic ones too that are like $1 at the dollar store, but they're just kind of like these, what would you call these? You guys probably know what they're called and you're probably screaming it, but and they clean up so nice. And again, I just use like a candy melter to melt the wax, and I pour it in there. It does take longer, but I don't mind doing that. So here are my felt samples that I made. I have 15 samples here with the 10 new scents and the Harvest collection. So with the 10 new scents, I have this rub and smell sticker that I also put on. And there's my felt sample. And I like the rub and smell because even after they take out the felt sample and put it like in their warmer to get an idea of how that warms, they can even rub and smell that sticker. Plus it has the name on there, so I don't have to make labels. But the Harvest collection did not come with those stickers. So I do make my own labels for those. And if you can see here, I put Harvest collection, I put the name of the scent, and then I put that it was available September 1st. Because a lot of times I'll get asked, well, when is the scent available? So I just want them to know, like, if I mailed this out, say, I'm just going to say I mail this out by the 25th, because that's my goal. And say they'd get it in a couple days, and then they're like, well, can I buy this now? And I'm like, no, you have to wait till the 1st. So I just like to have that on there to know this is available come September 1st. So I love the colors when they all come together. It just looks like a whole rainbow of fun fall colors there. But at least gives the scent. Everybody can get the scent in front of them, know what that smells like, because you can't smell it through the website, right? So there's my felt samples that I will be sending out. And then I just pulled out some examples too. Like, you can buy these felt samples from Amazon. I did buy the wrong size the last time I ordered. These are 1.5, is that 1.5 inches? I would go with the 1 inch or less. And then what I did was I just cut them in half, because this will not fit in a little baggie. And plus, you know, this is definitely large enough. It's what, 0.75 then that you're getting. These are super cheap on Amazon, or Scentsy even offers some on the consultant site. Now the ones with Scentsy are thicker than Amazon. Amazon's kind of thin. So this does soak up a lot more wax, and you will use a lot more wax with the Scentsy ones. Just a note on that one. But they are cute in shapes, and again, you can just get them on that consultant site. And then just to show the baggies that I put those in, they're called little jewelry, like jewelry bags. It's 2 by 3 by 2 is what it is. I think you can get these from any craft store, any craft aisle typically has these. If you just need a few, you can purchase larger quantities on Amazon. I think it's like $10 or less to get like 1,000 bags, and they usually last me quite a while on Amazon. Amazon is your friend when you're doing this kind of stuff. And then what I'll do is I'll compile all of that with like some catalogs or photos, which I'm getting ready to show you, just to have some printed material. And what I typically do is I love these bags from Hobby Lobby. And these are the fall ones. They have different ones in their section, but I thought these were super cute. And what I'll do is I'll just, you know, kind of shush this up. And I usually put like a fun sticker or something on there. And that's kind of like the presentation. Like it's a cute little gift bag with samples. And then you can get these also in the Scentsy. They've had these forever. I have a ton because they're like $3 for 25, and it's just a padded envelope, or you can buy, you know, some from Amazon. They're a little more expensive, but I usually stuff this full, and this is what I send everything out in. Again, I'm sorry, I'm going to be jumping around a bit, so just trying to go through what I have here for you. Another thing that I like to send out is I usually try to use everything up that I have, and testers, I'm always left over with a whole round of testers, so I always utilize that. And I have this cute little instruction picture that I match up, and it says, you know, remove the lid and turn upside down in your warmer to melt the wax. Throw away the empty plastic container. Enjoy 48 hours of fragrance. This is equal to like maybe 1.5 cubes. So I think you do get a good idea of what this smells like. But these are scents that are current in the catalog, and they're not the new ones, but I'll go ahead and I usually try to pop those in too. So then they're getting a little more fragrance that they may not have tried those scents before. And it's a way for me to use up my testers so that they're not just sitting around. And I'll just show you, I have a whole bag of testers to send out. It's just using up what you have, because I mean, you buy the tester kits, at least I do, and then it's a way for me to get samples out using the money over and over again of what I'm spending. Let's talk about labels. I love labels. So again, I preface this with, I don't have a fancy printer. Some of you might. I don't. I just kind of work with what I have, and I've been creative with it, and it works for me. But I have a folder of sample labels, and I do anything from, like, if I don't have the scent stickers, I'll just print these Avery labels up. It's got the, like, the name of the scent. It's got my website on it. You saw the harvest ones where I put when it was available. There's a Facebook group called All About Samples. It is the best group ever. And I use these bar-like labels. I'll go over the ones that I have. This one is a 5163. And like, you can make these Scentsy soap samples. This one's a generic one, and you can put like your label here. But when I make up samples from products, I put those on. It's been a lifesaver. I can do all of that from my phone. I don't need a computer for that. Like, here's the dryer disc ones. You can tell I've used some of these before. And then I'm going to show you. So one of the things that I'm probably going to do, because in the whiff box, I use a lot of stuff from the whiff box for samples. It's called Magnolia Shimmer, which was Kindness, formerly Kindness. We're getting the washer whiff in the whiff box. So I'm going to actually make that into samples and send those out with my catalog kind of mail. I'll show you one that I did. This was with Clothesline washer whiff sample and how it looks. So it's kind of like I think this is a 3x4. I'll link some of my commonly used items that I use for samples. But I like these because they are smell proof, and you cannot smell that Clothesline. through this at all, which would just make that whole bag smell like clothesline. But I like how you can get 1 scoop. This is 1 scoop of washer whiffs, which is perfect for a load. And this has the information. This is from the All About Samples group. And it gives the directions on what to do with the washer whiffs. And it gives like ingredients and things like that on it, which is nice. And then I just put my contact information sticker on there as well. You can add whatever else you want, but this is just a nice way to kind of get these out. I use this a lot. These I use a lot. Put that there. So let's talk about the labels that I use then. 5163, that's the one that I use for those barcodes. Did I bring? I don't think I brought my other. Oh yeah, I did. I'll show you that in a minute. So it's just a sheet of 10. I love these labels. I make them for a lot of different things. These are the ones that I use most frequently. I use the return address label ones. This just happens to be $81.95. I actually got 3 of these from Staples. If you have a Staples near you, I go in there every time I'm over in that area. The Staples is by Walmart and Kohl's, like for me, and so it's somewhere I go once a week. If you go straight back in my Staples to the very back of the store, they have a clearance aisle. I check it every time I'm over there because I always find something. These were super cheap. I got 3 packs of them. There's 1,500 labels in each pack, and I want to say they were like $2 a piece or something like that. They were so cheap. But this is just your like return address label. You can do so much with these. I use them to label like any kind of samples. I use them for address labels. I use them for my address labels. You get so much use from them. And you just go on Avery.com to make your labels. You can do like the mail merge where you set it up on a spreadsheet and then you get it to populate all of it for you, which is the best way to do it. They have designs you can put on it. You can do all kinds of stuff. I'm like a little bit of a dabbler, but if you really like to get in and design, you could have some fun with it. Another label I use are these round ones. They're 2.5 inches diameter, and I'll show you what I use those for, but I use these frequently too. I just love how big they are and what they fit on. And then the last one that I use a lot, I put all of these to hide like my address, but I got this from Amazon. This is the best one that I ever did. This is called a 1x1 square label. It is 94103. And I do my QR codes on this. It's fantastic. So in my Avery.com account, I have like all of these labels already pre-saved. I can just get on my phone. It's Wi-Fi to my printer and I can print these labels out. So here's my scan me to order folder, and I do, this is already kind of pulled off, but you see these little squares that have the scan to order, and that goes on everything. I just peel that off and stick it on. I love these. I have sheets and sheets of those. And then those round ones, here's some things that I use it for. So for example, I'll put on all of my mailings going out. Fall winter catalog starts September 1st, scan to order. And these little round stickers, they go on the outside of envelopes. They can go on the bags that I put together. They can go on, you know, the mailers. Whatever you want to put this on, you can put it on the back of something. You can put it on the catalog, whatever you want to do. And it's got where they can just scan it and order. It's fantastic. here's some of those ones I use in samples I make up that I put on the back. It's got the scan me to order. I thought this was cute. I got a catalog one time and it said, could this be your last catalog? Order today and we'll keep sending you catalogs. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cute, because I did that with could this be your last sample? Order today and I'll keep sending you more Scentsy. I just thought that was kind of fun. And I actually like how this turned out, because I like how it's got like my website in red and blue. I think it looks fun to me. That's about as creative as I get on those labels. And then see, I did one for the spring summer too. So I just save what's left over and use it for the next time. And then like I'll use these two on my catalogs. It's got my contact information and the scan to order again. So I use those for catalogs, for samples, for everything. Trying to see if there's any other ones. And then I'll also, like, so say for example for August, how it was 10% off, I did the same thing. I made these stickers up, put them on all my mailings, and then it just says scan to order. So that way they know August is sale month and they can scan to order. It's just a way to advertise. I don't do like the newsletters and everything that people do, but I try to do some fun little things like that. All right, those are all of my labels. Now let's talk about the printer kind of thing. So what I do instead of like the newsletter, and I know a lot of people like print through Canva, or they have nice high-powered printers. I don't have that, so I have to be creative. So Scentsy decided to do away with the catalog brochures with like the scent of the month, and you know, they're downsizing the catalog, things like that. So for me, what I do is I utilize Shutterfly and CVS. CVS is right by my house. It's like a minute from my house. It's 10-minute photos pretty much. I think it's hour photos, but 10 minutes. So here's what I did for September. They have been offering, if you buy 75 prints, you get like, I think like 15 cents a print, which is super cheap. It's like 10 bucks or whatever. And I usually have coupons that I can utilize with CVS, whatever. So what I did was, this is what I'm going to send out with my harvest samples. It's basically just that front cover of the harvest. It's got the warmer I want right there. And then it's got the bars and then their descriptions. So I'm going to send that out with my samples, and I will put that into this little 4x6 sleeve, and then I'll throw the samples in the back, bundle that up. That will go all in those goodie bags, so at least they can look on here and see what the scent notes are, and then they can scan to order right there. I am going to send out the digital copy of the harvest collection to everyone, because I did not find a good way to print that other page, and it's just 2 pages. It's literally this and then the other page, because I think it should be like a folding brochure. And then for the scent of the month, I did the same thing, because they do the Canva. You can get like this postcard size, and I just put my scan to order on all of it, and this is the scent of the month and the warmer, which is really all they need to see. Honestly, I'm not mad about the postcard size, because I don't know that the brochure was fully utilized, but there's September, and then I'll just show you what August looked like. So all I'm doing is going into Canva with that postcard size and taking like a screenshot of it on my phone. It makes into a 4x6 photo that I can have printed off at CVS, or you could go through Shutterfly. My only problem with Shutterfly sometimes is I feel like it takes a while sometimes to get your stuff in the mail, and CVS, I can just run and get it. It's usually done within an hour. So there's my photos that I'm sending out with those. And I'll just show you some other ones that I've done through Shutterfly. Now, if you have more time to play with, I'll tell you, a couple years ago I did the winter fall catalog survival kit. I know a lot of people love this. So you do tea bags to relax, sticky notes to mark your favorite, a Band-Aid in case, what's it say, in case of paper cuts, pen to circle your favorite things, notepad, napkin to wipe the drool, and a lifesaver to save you from buying too many items without having a party. I thought that was super cute, and I did each one of those items in the kit, and they thought that was fun. So that's something you could also do. I also like make laundry samples, and I have this Have a Load on Me. I thought that was so cute. I found that in one of the Scentsy sample sites, and then I just put that like scan to order thing on the back and then make up like a little laundry kit. And then what else do I have here? Oh, these are those ones that you saw with my testers. So I said with Shutterfly, I'll usually order like a big bunch because you can get a ton of prints for like 20 bucks. Like you can do like I think it's like 200, 300 prints, and it doesn't have to be the same one. So you could make a bunch of different ones and then order, and you get all of those in. So I utilize 4x6 photos. I think they turn out, again, really well. And it's an inexpensive way to get that out. And then you can just add all of your like stickers and stuff. But that's kind of how I do it, and I can do it all easily on my phone. And I think that's it. So I know this video went kind of long, and if there's anything that you have more questions on, please feel free to reach out. I hope that maybe inspired you a little, or if you have some ideas for me, I'm really open to doing some things, but I hope maybe you grabbed a tip or two to get your Happy Meal out to your customers. Thank you all for watching, and I really appreciated the ask and being able to do this for you. I'll see you on my next one.